33, 4-2 for the champion, Prince Charles Williams, out of Mansfield, Ohio. A Mississippi-born youngster that has risen to the top and wants to stay there. Henry Maske. He is from Frankfurt Oder, Germany, which is on the Polish border. 29 years of age, 6 feet, 173 and a half. 19-0 as a professional. The bell sounds, and this is round one. And here comes Prince Charles Williams in the sparkling silver trunks here tonight in Düsseldorf.
And there you see Williams going immediately to the jab, Sam. If he establishes that jab, he can then look to land his power punches. That was a stumble.
A scowl across the face of Prince Charles Williams. Henry Maske, of course, Maske, the stand-up European style, did not throw a lot of punches in the tapes that we saw. He's going to have to throw a lot more than that to keep Williams off of him, which he's doing right now.
And Williams is going right to the power punches. He's already throwing the right hand with abandon. In the past, Williams has had a reputation of being a notoriously slow starter in some of his fights. That does not appear to be the case tonight, Sam.
Maske could only hope that he's a slow starter, as Williams has come out with a flurry. Watch the left hand. That's the one that has had the 3 operations. Pins and plates were in at one time, then removed. And after clearance and hard training, he is now back in the ring since his last fight in October of 1991. A quick stoppage of Freddie Delgado in West Virginia. His last fight.
And we're already seeing the contrasting styles. Prince Williams wants to turn his fight into a phone booth war. He's more of a brawler. And Maske trying to box him, also using the clinch and grabbing behind the neck, which of course is illegal. And he just warned by Alan Rothenberg.
You see the time as we're just a little over halfway through round number one, and Maske has started to land some sharpshooting punches as Williams is coming in on top of him here.
He carries his left low, though, at times, which is very dangerous. Maske does.
I was most amused in the hotel lobby. Renze Vandermeer, one of the outstanding broadcasters here in the Europe area out of Holland, asked the Prince what music he was listening to, expecting rap or rock and roll. He said, "I'm listening to religious music," a very religious young man in Prince Charles Williams, as Maske comes in with a good combination on the champion.
And Maske trying to establish some of his own respect early in the first round.
We have seen him throw more punches in round one than we did in a couple of rounds of the 2 tapes we watched.
I think Prince needs to settle down a little bit here and get the jab going. He's worrying too much about turning this into a brawl.
You see the time, a half a minute left to go in round one, scheduled for 12 in the world title fight in Düsseldorf.
Right there, Sam, he had an opportunity to throw some body punches against Maske. He had him along the ropes. Instead, he feinted him and came up with nothing.
Good turn by Maske, the champion, on the ropes. He got some punches in, but not big punches.
There was a straight left hand from Maske. The crowd is overreacting to some of the shots. But a good first round for the challenger, Henry Maske. Normally known as a defensive-oriented fighter, not prone to offense, he saw early on that he was going to have to establish some respect from Charles Williams, and I don't know if Prince respects him anymore, but Prince knows he's in some kind of a fight here after one round.
A good look at Maske. Again, was born in near town of Berlin, southwest Berlin, but has since moved, as I mentioned, to the German-Polish border. A husband and father of 1, and likes to be a very quiet young man among the public. But when you are in the eyes of the public, as this Olympic gold medalist is, it's hard to do. Round 2 of the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship is underway in Düsseldorf. The flashy silver trunks belong to the champion, Prince Charles Williams, the challenger, Henry Maske of Germany.
There you see Williams trying to bull his way on the inside, use his strength to force Maske against the ropes where he can cut loose both hands, Sam.
John, I had to hedge my bet and called it almost an even first round. I thought Williams took advantage early. Maske came back late.
I have a funny feeling that the judges are going to give that round to Henry Maske, and a very close round it was. You could have scored either way.
Rothenberg is going to be a very busy man in the ring between these 2 light heavyweights tonight from Germany. Maske is known for his holding, and as you see, pushes Williams onto the ropes. Williams with that uppercut.
I'm surprised Rothenberg isn't getting there a little more quickly and separating him, but he said before the fight that he wants the fighters to fight out of clinches.
Maske has found a home for a left uppercut, being a southpaw, and now Williams has come back with a combination and a straight right hand of his own. And now it appears that either a cut or maybe some blood on the left side of the cheek or around the nose area of Maske. And it is a cut on the cheek. And the Maske corner is indicating it might have been a headbutt.
This could be one ugly fight, Sam, the way the style's going on, because of what Maske's doing. He's holding and clinching at every opportunity. And one of the big question marks by Henry Maske is his chin. Can he take a big league punch?
Well, the man that can throw the big league punch, if the left hand is okay, is Prince Charles Williams.
It's hard to exactly tell where that cut is near Henry Maske's.
Staggering Williams. He got it caught with a right hand again. Fights back gamely here as a minute to go in round 2.
I think Prince is a little bit over anxious. He really needs to settle himself down a little bit more. There's no rush. This is a 12-round fight. If he's trained properly, he should be able to go the distance. Not that he wants to, but I think he's making some mistakes here by trying to pressure him too much, and he's walking into some shots. He's not using his jab enough.
There had been some concern, as John pointed out on our open tonight, on the weight situation and the fact that if the scale was right or wrong, still 176.5 was the numbers. And there's a little bit of a roll around the belly of Prince Charles that you normally do not see.
Right, and Maske just landed a nice left hand to the champion's chin. Williams shook it off.
Williams trying to push off Maske, who's at every opportunity trying to clinch, to try to negate that quick punching power of the champion.
You know, fighters are creatures of habit, Sam, and normally they try to come in at the same exact weight. Typically, Prince Charles Williams will come in at 3 or 4 pounds under the 175-pound limit. For this fight, he was over, so that tells me something was wrong in his training somewhere along the line.
Second out. Get the bell. Where's the whistle?
As we start this 3rd round of this world title fight, Cedric Kushner Productions brings you World Championship Boxing. Sam Smith along with John Saraceno from the USA Today. He's our guest analyst at ringside, and happy to have him with us tonight, watching the Prince against Maske.
The referee is not forcing Maske to... Oh, there's a beautiful right hand.
Watch your head, Charles.
Maske continues to hold behind the head, and Rothenberg, at this point, has been reluctant to immediately step in and do something about it.
By the way, there is some concern, and certainly referee Rothenberg had that on his commands, speaking only English and not German, but Henry does understand German enough to understand if there are any commands, most of that coming from international competition.
I'm really surprised Prince isn't going more to their jab to try and set up that left hook, come over the left of Maske.
He's really just kind of loading up, John, not setting much up. You're right. Prince Charles won this title from Bobby Ches back in October of 1987. He, by the way, is the longest reigning champion going in professional boxing today. And right now, Maske is trying to make him prove it.
And that punch knocked Prince off balance there momentarily. And we must remember one thing, even though Henry Maske is not a big puncher, Sam, Charles Williams has been knocked down by 3 different fighters in his career. Reggie Gross, Anthony Witherspoon, and in the fight he won the title from Bobby Ches, he was down twice. He came back and rallied and won.
Well, it's a battle royal now as the champion getting some punches from Maske.
This has got to be a surprise for Charles Williams. I can't imagine he would think that Henry Maske would be throwing as many clean shots as he is, and it looks like he's thrown Charles off his game plan a little bit.
Prince Charles, 24 knockouts in his 33 wins, just slightly over 62%. 9 of 19 by knockouts for Henry Maske.
And now he's snapping his head back with a jab.
Williams with a big, strong right hand. Kind of brawling with Maske.
I got it.
Well, one mistake Williams is making, Sam, is he's not really cutting off the ring. He's following the wrong foot of Maske instead of cutting him off and going to the body. And Maske is able to get away.
Closing 30 seconds of the 3rd round. And again, Henry Maske not only surprising Williams, but delighting this crowd here at Phillips Hall with his performance, trying to become the first Eastern Bloc fighter to win a light heavyweight title.
For some reason, Charles Williams is not moving his head, and he's getting caught with shots he should not be getting hit with.
And he ends the third round on a flurry, and now almost pushes Maske over the top of the rope, and that's the end of the third round.
I don't know how the judges scored the first 3 rounds, but I've got Maske winning the fight. In fact, I gave him all 3 rounds, although it's possible that it could be 2-1 Maske. It all depends how the judges saw that first round.
You can see Williams just getting some punches in on a replay as we start round number 4. And Williams coming out just as he did before, trying to be very, very aggressive. But again, Maske just shoving him away, trying to get some punching room.
You know, the axiom that the managers subscribe to more than anything in boxing is that styles make fights. And it could be that Henry Maske's got the best style to beat a guy like Williams, who's basically a brawler. He's tying him up on the inside, boxing him a little bit from the outside, and landing straight left hands.
The rust is certainly showing on the Prince here tonight. Out of the ring since October of '91. Henry Maske biding his time with an opportunity to go for a world title, and he's making the best of it so far.
I got it.
Each time Williams charges forward, Maske ties him up. That ought to tell him he's got to do something differently.
Prince Charles in that October 1991 fight won in a 2-round knockout over Fred Delgado of Puerto Rico.
Also, I got
good combination by Maske.
I wonder if Williams' corner has really worked over the referee, because Alan Rothenberg has allowed him to clinch. He's broken him up at times, but that corner ought to be all over the referee at this point, right or wrong.
You can hear that German crowd getting behind their favorite. Combination by Maske. Combination thrown by Williams, catching most of them right on the arm.
It's a good body shot right to the midsection by Maske with the left hand, followed by a straight left.
Maske, good combination. Also cutting off the ring on Williams. Trying to circle out off the ropes. He cut him off and landed another shot or 2.
Sam Williams should be moving to his left more to avoid that left hand.
All right, break, step back, break.
Williams appears to be so off balance, more so than I've seen Prince Charles against Maske, lunging for punches tonight.
Box out of it, box out of it.
At times he's been known to do that and also throw wide punches that fighters are able to counter.
Maske scoring almost at will. Prince Charles trying to peekaboo behind the gloves. But a peppering right hand on the jab by Maske. Left hand by Williams slipped over that jab and scored against Maske.
Watch the holding.
Now another warning for holding by Rothenberg.
Tell you what, Charles Williams cannot allow Henry Maske to build up a big lead here. It's going to be very hard to come back and get a decision if it goes 12 rounds. Maske's putting these rounds in the bank thus far.
Watch your shoulders. Break. Come on, step back. Break. Step back. Step back. Step back.
Williams certainly showing also that even though he's trying to come in, not the good sharp puncher that you've seen before. Just trying to find his rhythm as the bell sounds and ends our 4th round.
1 point. 1 point. Seconds out. Hit it. Hold it. Back up.
Round 5, Prince Charles Williams with a point deducted for a headbutt in round number 4, taken away by referee Alan Rothenberg. Now fighting certainly an uphill battle against Henry Maske.
Williams is just merely moving straight in and right into where Maske's punches are landing. He's not moving his head enough. He's not the most elusive fighter around, but he's got to show a little more movement. When you move in on a straight line, you're looking to get hit. It's a very rough fight, Sam.
It is indeed, and getting rougher by the moment.
And there's Maske taking the initiative to land another shot to the midsection with the left hand. He's got a nice short uppercut.
Prince Charles Williams trying to throw the home run punch with that big right hand. Loads it up, but Maske's easily able to step away from it as he did there again.
He's hitting, he's scoring.
Rothenberg letting him fight off the ropes, and Maske takes advantage of it.
At this point, I feel that Rothenberg should warn Henry Maske that any more holding, he will deduct a point. I don't know what he's waiting for.
He's got to, because he's already been warned 3 times, and that is well over and above the line of duty. Henry's fighting a fight that he wanted to fight, though. He's doing exactly what he wanted to do here tonight.
You couldn't map out a better blueprint for a fight strategy.
Good straight left hand.
And the other thing, Sam, is that Charles Williams is complying with it. He's not doing the things that will enable him to overcome that style. He's got to make some adjustments here.
There are always 2 scripts that you can watch at. One, to win a fight. The other, to keep the guy in the fight with you. And certainly Prince Charles read the second one rather than the first one.
I'm starting to wonder if his left hand isn't bothering him. I don't see him throwing a lot of left hooks, which is possibly his best punch. I don't see him throwing a jab all that much. Don't forget, he broke the same hand 3 different times in the same place. Just looks like, to me, he's loading up with the right hand.
He had a fight scheduled with Frank Tate. That was called off because of the head. He had another one in Berlin scheduled with Maske. Had to call that one off.
Beautiful right hand, Sam.
And Maske may be even more ready to fight the champion now than he was a year ago.
I meant to say left hand on that. Again, Maske falling with another left hand.
The only other left-hander that has fought against the Prince was Marvin Johnson. And one of the 4 losses by the champion came to the man they knew as Pops out of Indianapolis.
I think Pops was the only left-handed light heavyweight champion in history, but that could change tonight based on what we're seeing.
Certainly could. And it sets up some rather interesting scenarios with the other light heavyweights around the world. If Maske should be named the champion, unless Williams can come back, and there's the end of round 5. With the Olympic gold medalist Henry Maske doing everything he needed to do at 29, 6 feet, 173 and a half, he's lived up to his billing here tonight as certainly an outstanding challenger.
Jab. Get in there, wide right.
Bell sounds, and here we go into round number 6. The IBF Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line, and the champion, Prince Charles Williams, appears to be in some trouble against Henry Maske. Again, the challenger here in this fight tonight.
And we just had both fighters playing a little unintentional footsie, which happens when you have a southpaw in the ring because they're facing each other from different directions.
Manfred Volke is the trainer for the challenger. Maske, outstanding boxer in the 68 Olympic Games, a gold medalist, a 5-time German champion, and won over 190 fights in his amateur. And they fit very well, like a hand and a glove, do these two, the trainer and the boxer. And so far, things have gone well on that side for Germany.
Get hold, let go of him, don't hold him.
I don't like what I'm seeing from Charles Williams tonight. I don't know if it's the layoff, the hand, the fact that he's in his 15th year fighting, and he's starting to slow down or what, but this kid is beating him to the punch.
You got to feel that putting ahead of that is number 1 has to be Henry Maske. He certainly has fought well. Very dedicated, very focused, very one eye on what he wants to do. Alan Rothenberg, the referee of this fight tonight, is getting it from both sides now. The German, along with their crowd, wanting Williams to be called for, or at least warned for a hold. And, of course, the American side wanting Maske to be penalized for his holding, which he's done already 3 times in the fight.
Now, a couple of weeks before the fight, Charles Williams told me that he didn't feel that Henry Maske was in his class as a professional fighter and that they were rushing the kid, putting him in over his head. You got to wonder if he was motivated to really train properly for this fight, or if it's just simply a question of styles.
Full step.
Perhaps a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, indeed.
Break. Step back, that's it.
You know, Bob Foster almost just totally dominated that light heavyweight division for so many years and holds the records for title defenses and has been kind of the guiding light everybody's looked at, and certainly Prince Charles was wanting to get there.
Well, Prince really wanted to break that record. He's made 8 title defenses thus far. The record is 14 by Bob Foster. The way it looks right now, he's not going to make it.
I think quite obviously 10 comes after 9, and 9 would be tonight, so he will not get to 9 if he fights this way against Maske, who has certainly dominated this fight. And by the way, as we are in the 6th round, the prediction by Prince Charles Williams that it would end by the 5th round is now gone by the boards. But John Saraceno said it may not go 8, but if it does go 8, he said that Henry Maske would be a very big force in this fight, and certainly his prediction is still well in the book right now. And there's the bell to end round 6. Round 7. This is the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship. Prince Charles Williams in the glistening silver trunks on the left has had all he wanted tonight from the German Henry Maske, fighting in Düsseldorf, Germany. Sam Smith along with John Saraceno from the USA Today. And we are delighted that you could join us tonight for World Championship Boxing, brought to you by Cedric Kushner Productions.
Williams having an exceedingly difficult time, Sam, getting past the right jab of Maske.
This is a totally different fighter than we saw on the tapes, John. This is a kind of a Jekyll and Hyde with Maske, I think.
Get your hand off of it.
Did not punch that well earlier against Morgan, but boy, he's come out like a house of fire tonight and has been very good with him picking his spots tonight.
I got it. Watch it.
Williams is just not sharp tonight.
Get your hand off his head.
It may be a poetic sign, but the glitter is now starting to fall off the trunks of Prince Charles Williams, and certainly his fight game is also losing a little glitter here tonight. Another warning going to the challenger, Henry Maske, but still no point deduction.
Charles Williams is only firing one punch at a time. He's not using both hands. He's not attacking the body. He's not attempting to get Maske to lower his hands so then he can go up to the top with the left hook or the right uppercut. And now his corner man, they're starting to get on him. They were pretty quiet for the first 5 rounds, but they're really starting to get on Prince Charles Williams. He's letting this fight slip away to a point where he's going to need a knockout to win.
All right, great.
Maske with that legendary stand-up European style, again just kind of picking that right jab, not letting Williams get off, and then you see lunges does Maske for a good combination that scores.
As the German promoter told us a couple of days ago, Marcel Nartz, in the United States you would call Henry Maske a big stinker. And that's exactly the kind of style he has in the ring. He hits, he runs, he moves, he holds, he dips, he ducks. And Williams can't find the target.
And at the moment he's hitting and hurting on Williams, who is unable, as you pointed out, to find that target tonight. A right hand by Williams.
That shook him up. That shook up the challenger.
Maske definitely got a little bit of a wake-up call, but does Williams have enough to carry it on?
And there was a body shot to the midsection by Williams, but again, he didn't follow it up with anything, throwing one punch at a time.
Maske scoring again on Williams as he lunged for that one punch.
That left uppercut
I got it. Come on, step back.
caught part of his jaw of Maske, but not enough. Otherwise, that could have been the end of the fight right there. It was kind of a hybrid uppercut, left hook.
And there's the bell. It ends round number 7.
Your man is being very damn foolish. You don't need to put...
The scorecard's definitely building in favor of the German Olympic champion Maske, and you can see why, as he has virtually landed everything he's thrown here tonight, as he has got a terrific advantage on punches that have landed. Almost something like 87% of the punches he's throwing are landing. And contrary to that of Williams, is throwing only the one punch and out and not landing that well.
If Charles Williams doesn't get busy, he can say Auf Wiedersehen to his title right here.
Round 8 of the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship here in Düsseldorf, Germany. We're located at Phillips Hall. As Alan Rothenberg having a couple of words with some folks here at ringside rather than everything happening inside the ropes. We also noticed that the camp across the way for Williams is now in a jawing battle with some of the crowd over there. So we are having extracurricular activity, and Williams is now coming back with a couple of wild punches. He landed a good right hand, Maske ties him up, but Williams keeps throwing punches.
Don't get your hand away.
An uppercut by Williams. A counter that time by Maske. Came back with a good combination, but that right uppercut by Williams scored well.
Charles Williams has faced a lot of adversity in previous fights. When he fought Anthony Witherspoon, Witherspoon was unbeaten coming up. At the time, Williams looked like basically a club fighter. He was basically sent in there to be an opponent and got knocked down in the first round, came back, rallied, and won the fight. He's been in trouble before, in trouble against Bobby Ches, you remember, early in the fight, knocked down in the second round, sent against the ropes in the third round, and also rallied and won the title. So he's not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
Maske does not appear to be tiring that much, but Williams seems to have gotten at least a little bit of a second wind here, which is good.
Sam, I think Maske is blowing just a little bit. I noticed his mouth has been hanging open just a tad more this round. It's quite possible that the fact that he's thrown as many punches as he has early, which normally he doesn't do, could have some kind of effect on him.
You can see the time as we wind down with about 1:15 left to go in round number 8 of the scheduled 12-round world title fight. Prince Charles Williams of the U.S. in the glittering silver. And, of course, Henry Maske, the challenger from Germany, in the purple with the other colors adorning the sides.
On those clinches, Williams, that's what he should be doing, punching out of the clinches to make Henry Maske release him.
Maske.
Right hand by Williams.
Maske picked his spots right up the middle, and Williams did indeed answer. Now they brawl on the ropes.
Two chopping right hands there, but Maske was unaffected.
Alan Rothenberg getting him to the center of the ring where they are fighting, and now they head back to the ropes.
Maske loves to throw that short left uppercut, particularly when he's been the fighter's been broken apart by the referee. You'd think Williams would have figured it out by now, but he keeps getting hit with it.
Only closing 17 seconds of this, the 8th round. But again, another solid round by Maske, but at least Williams was able to land 2 or 3 combinations that got the challenger's attention here as they end out round number 8. And round number 9 is just around the corner again, but an uphill battle for the champion tonight in Düsseldorf.
Whether or not the judges see it the way we do, who knows? But you don't want to leave it in the judges' hands. I don't think Charles Williams intended to tonight. I think maybe he just got caught up and got a little too excited early on.
Williams came right out, landed a uppercut to the body. Maske came over the top for a hold, and the crowd thought it was a low blow, and that's why you hear the whistling in the background as round 9 is underway. IBF Light Heavyweight Championship. A prediction of a 5-round stoppage by Williams has come and gone. We've now moved to the 8th round. John Saraceno from the USA Today said it could end at 8 rounds, but if it goes longer than that, then Maske would be in control. And now here in the 9th round, we have gone past the 8th, and Maske is in control. Good call, John, early on.
Well, it figured to be, if Charles couldn't get him out in the first 5 rounds, if Maske could weather the storm, and it wasn't much of a storm by Charles Williams, you know, he's fighting a guy that's a little bit older, has had a lot of fights, and the ring rust is showing. It's coming off in chunks.
The corner of Prince Charles Williams is almost pleading now with their champion to come out and hit him. You've got to do some damage. You got to work. And Prince Charles is seeing it slip away here. Williams getting a combination, but not before. Maske was able to go 1, 2, 3 with a combination of his own.
Williams should take a quick step to the left and dig a left hook into the body, and then maybe go upstairs with another left hook.
Williams just peekabooing in, and Maske, with that good stand-up European style, is able just to pick his spots.
Also, he should be stepping to the outside of Maske's left foot to cut him off. He's following him right here, Sam.
That's always been a key.
Any good.
Yes, in fighting a left-hander, you always had to get your foot on the outside of his lead right foot, which Williams is not doing. He's well inside of it right now.
Little wrestling match here. Rothenberg warns Williams, both fighters.
Less than a minute to go in round number 9.
Maska's just beating him to the punch.
All night. Good combination thrown by Maske again. Williams backpedaling to get away from the damage. Maske, trying to become the first East Block light heavyweight champion, is doing a job tonight in Düsseldorf. And the champion's in trouble.
He actually has the champion retreating, back on his heels, and what's doing it is the jab.
Only Henry Bunch in the first fight against Williams. Jeff Lemkin, Reggie Gross, along with Pops Marv Johnson, have been able to stop the light heavyweight champion, Charles Williams, but tonight they may have to add the name of Henry Maske to that as the end of round 9 comes.
RINGSIDE, Runde 10.
Bell sounds to start round 10. And on top of the scorecards, Henry Maske on the right. On the left in the silver trunks is the champion, Prince Charles Williams, who has had his trouble from the very onstart of this fight. As Maske came out picking a spot, throwing a good right lead jab, and followed with a left hand that Williams has not been able to pick up tonight.
This is going to be a stunning upset to a lot of people in the boxing world when they pick up the paper tomorrow morning. If Henry Maske can hold on. Charles Williams needs a knockout on my scorecard, as he does yours.
And the one thing about an upset, it is not because we're fighting in Düsseldorf, Germany. No, on the home turf
has
of
nothing
Maske.
to do with
nothing at all. This fight could have been in the Bronx in New York, would have gone the same way if they fought this way.
I got news. The way Charles Williams is fighting, it could have been fought in the streets and he still would have got beat.
Tell you what, if this fight was in the Bronx or New York, you don't think Prince Charles Williams will be getting some boos right now?
Henry.
Just not able to do the job.
Henry, Charlie, watch your head.
And keep in mind, we have watched Prince Charles Williams with some great fights over the year. We are not trying to be overly critical. We are just not seeing Prince Charles Williams of old. We are seeing a very dynamic fighter in Henry Maske come to the arena, and he's laying it out on the line to win a world title.
The other thing about Charles Williams is after he beat Ches for the title, he beat him in a rematch, but since then he really fought a lot of opponents that he simply outclassed, and really has not been tested by anybody since winning a title like he's being tested tonight.
The only other one they thought might do that was James the Heat Kitchen, and it ended in 2 rounds in April of '91. Never a fight.
Henry.
Kitchen was a shop-worn fighter by then, Sam. He had nothing left. Turned out to be an easy win for Williams. And now both fighters look like they're trying to out-feint each other, possibly to land their best punch.
Both of them seem to be waiting for the live band that has been playing here to do a little waltz in the ring here in the 10th, as again they clash inside.
Williams snuck a beautiful uppercut on that exchange.
There appeared to be a slight cut on the left eyebrow of the challenger Maske early. It has not developed into any problem. The swelling on Prince Charles Williams that was feared back in around 6 and 7. As he's in real trouble now as Maske lands another combination on him. 20 seconds to go in round 10.
Well, the only way Prince Charles Williams is going to make more money this year as a fighter, if this keeps going like this, is if he bet on Henry Maske tonight at 5-1.
And there's a bell to end round 10.
Runde 11.
Light heavyweight championship coming down to the final 6 minutes, and Prince Charles Williams needs the big bomb to change things around.
I don't know what Williams' corner told him between rounds because we can't hear the audio. But if they didn't put out a full red alert on these last 2 rounds, they're not watching the same fight we are, and I'm sure that they did.
Both of you watch it. I got it.
Maske, you can almost see, would love to kind of get in, clinch the rest of the last 6 minutes of this fight. not take any chances of catching that big right hand, or left hand for that matter. But you brought up a good point early. Is the left hand really well? Was it really the left hand of the former Prince Charles Williams, the champion? Never saw it tonight.
I think the hand might be bothering him, Sam, but I'm more inclined to believe it's a matter of styles and the long layoff Charlie Williams faced tonight. At this point, it's proved to be too much for him to overcome.
Come on, box, box.
Well, I
box,
feel
box,
quite sorry for Prince Charles Williams, and indeed it goes against him tonight. I also feel some sorrow for my compadre who has to step into the ring after this is over and get us an interview with the man that wins it, and it very easily could be Maske, and it could be mass confusion in that ring here in Düsseldorf, Germany.
I didn't brush on my German as well as I should have before I come over, so I better take some quick lessons here from our friends in Germany.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of help up there for you. Good left hand again thrown by Maske. It also, if we have the cooperation, would be interesting to get Prince Charles Williams' evaluation of what happened tonight, but again, it would determine how accessible he's going to be after this fight if indeed he does lose.
I'll tell you what, if anything, it appears that Williams is the one that's running low on fuel right now. He's not coming forward and throwing the same punches as he was earlier.
Maske just continues to fight his fight and looks brilliant in winning a world title tonight. The only thing Williams can hope is one big punch, and it's just not there.
Williams just looked down to ringside as if to say, what is going on here? What do I need to do? Looks very frustrated.
Girls, relax. Take it easy, girls.
He's giving away his title. I should say he's giving it away, because that kind of demeans Henry Maske. Maske has come and taken his title, no question about it.
He did not fight the best Prince Williams he could, but he fought the man that's in front of him tonight, that's for sure.
Maske is connecting with his power punches now and literally knocking the glitter off of Prince Charles Williams.
Box, let go, come on, let go.
Closing seconds of round 11. They'll go to the 12th and final round if it goes the distance in the hands of the judges tonight.
Let go.
And you got to feel that their scorecards are top heavy for the challenger, Henry Maske from Germany, trying to capture the title tonight as the bell sounds and the 11th round is in the books. The bell sounds, and here come the champion, Prince Charles Williams, and the challenger, Henry Maske. Those names may change after this final 3 minutes, and most likely will. And Maske's got a tiger by the tail now.
And what's Charles Williams been waiting for? You know, I think he knew he was low on fuel in terms of energy, and obviously he saved it here for the end. But it may be too late.
This round could really depend on what referee Alan Rothenberg lets them do when they get in close. Does he continue to break? Does he let them hold? It'll be a big determinant on this last round. He comes back with a left, this Maske.
Williams trying to load up with the right hand, but he can't find the target.
I got it, hold it, back up. Step back.
The corner of Williams pleading, wanting things to happen that are not happening right now with 2 minutes to go in this world title fight. Sam Smith along with John Saraceno from USA Today, and we have watched Prince Charles Williams of the United States take a licking. Right now he's still ticking, but the title is dangling in the wind. Just exactly what Maske needs to do, clinch and run some time.
Henry Maske's answered some questions tonight. Some people, including myself, thought he might be a little bit green for Charles Williams. That has not proved to be the case. He's fought a very savvy fight, and he's shown on occasion that he can take a big league swat.
Relax.
The weight problem for Williams now appears to be a legitimate gripe. The hand problem that he never overcame, the 17-month layover, it's all coming out in this 12 rounds of boxing here in Germany.
Come on, relax, gentlemen. Only a minute to go.
Maske with a left hand sends Williams back on the ropes.
And rather than play it safe, Sam, Maske is willing to go toe-to-toe with Williams. Which might not be the smartest thing to do.
But if he's going to win it, he's going to win it fighting. And a German crowd loves it. 20 seconds to go in the world title fight. You will hear a roar at the final bell because the man from Germany on our card has done it. 20 seconds. Williams anything but a Mercedes tonight is just not hitting on cylinders here in Germany.
Looks more like a beat-up Volkswagen.
Wow. We'll let the crowd tell you the final story as the bell sounds, and there it is.
Sam, we have a new light heavyweight champion if the judges were watching the fight.
Cannot believe it go any other way, and you can see the jubilation rightly earned by the German Henry Maske. Remember that name. He's going to be around for a while. We'll be announcing the decision shortly here, as Alan Rothenberg, the referee, has the hand of both the fighters, and he will be raising the champion to victory here tonight.
Und hier das Urteil.
And here is that decision.
Neuer Weltmeister.
They don't give you numbers, but it's academic. And Henry Maske is the new IBF light heavyweight champion of the world.